Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Bucci. Today I've got a Team Fortress 2 video for you. I'm not going to be talking about whatever's playing on the screen today. I'm going to be talking about an upcoming update and a little bit of balancing to certain items in Team Fortress 2, particularly the Dead Ringer. The Dead Ringer is a notorious spy item that a lot of people apparently have complained about, and according to Valve and the Team Fortress 2 team, 80% of players who obtain the Dead Ringer will use it at some point. Now, for those of you who don't know how the Dead Ringer works, it is a replacement for the Invis watch, which appears as a pocket watch. And when it's equipped, you press right click and it will open up. And if you take any damage in this time, you will die. Now, not in the sense that your character will have to respawn, but you will turn invisible, cloaked, and a decoy corpse will be dropped as though you were killed by whatever hit you. Now, when you're cloaked, you have a certain amount of time to get to safety, a certain amount of cloak time, and you wouldn't be able to take any damage, or damage would be minimal, which meant you could get away, and it was a fairly easy weapon to use. I use it a lot. It's sort of hated on by a lot of people as a low skill weapon, probably akin to the back burner. And with this up and coming update, they've decided that they're going to balance it a little bit more. So yes, the Dead Ringer is getting a nerf, and I think this is a long time coming. It's going to be viable still. I'll tell you what it's going to do. So when your spy dies, in quote marks, your time spent cloaked will decrease as you're taking further hits. So let's say you open up the Dead Ringer and you walk in front of a heavy's minigun, or a heavy shoots you with the minigun. You will become cloaked and your character will drop a decoy corpse, and if that heavy continues to shoot at you and hits you, your charge time on the Dead Ringer will decrease, so you will have less time to go and hide. Now, this seems to be a really big change to how the Dead Ringer works, and unlike other updates where we see slight stat changes, this is a fairly big change to the core mechanic of the Dead Ringer. And actually, I think it's pretty good, because it just means people are going to have to be a little bit more skillful, including myself, with the Dead Ringer. Now, instantly, I'm thinking that there's going to be a big problem. Pyros are going to be even more effective against the Dead Ringer. Now, for those of you who play the Dead Ringer, you'll know that once you're cloaked, the only thing you really have to worry about is a pyro. If a pyro lights you on fire, whether you're cloaked or not, you will appear on fire, and they will be able to just chase you, burning you, until your cloak runs out. But now, if they set you on fire, that damage over time, followed by them chasing you, is going to run down your cloak time, and then you'll come back and he'll just hit you with his extinguisher, or just burn you to death with a flamethrower, or hit you with the shotgun. You know, that's going to be a problem for some people, and it is going to require skill, and it is going to require spies to be more careful around pyros, which is, you know, which should be the case, because pyros, one of their great strengths is they're able to reveal spies on the map. That's just something that most pyros will do. They will go up to a sentry and they will spy check. They will spy check pretty much everything they see, including inanimate objects. But nonetheless, it opens up a little bit more viability for builds or loadouts. Now the Spicicle could be even more useful. Before, we saw the Dead Ringer and the Spicicle being used together as a way to get 2 lives against pyros, because if you get burnt while you're equipping the Spicicle, the fire will be put out and your Spicicle will have to recharge, because obviously it's an icicle, it takes time to grow back or whatever. But now, if the Dead Ringer has been used and a pyro is burning you, you could switch to the Spicicle while you're cloaked and get rid of that flame. If that pyro isn't chasing you, your cloak time will be reserved. And I think that's just about it for the Dead Ringer. In this patch, they're also talking about making the battalion's backup more interesting. I'll put a link to the blog post in the description, and overall I just think this is a fairly interesting update, and I think a patch of the Dead Ringer has been a long time coming. So that's about it from me for today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you want to see more Team Fortress 2 and Guild Wars 2 videos, please hit the subscribe button and it will appear in your news feed or your YouTube feed or whatever it's called. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you later.